So this is from AUO Motors. He said you should consider flushing the engine when servicing before putting new oil. Sometimes the lobes in the engine in the variable timing system gets clogged. Also, thick oil over time will block those lobes. So this is a comment he made on my video where I talked about Toyota Corolla 2009 to 2013. Okay, so I don't know about other brand of car, but I want to believe they are all the same to what I'm about going to say. That's their position. This car manufacturer's position, all of them, is that you shouldn't flush your engine. Unless some people will be like, hey, but I've been doing that. Maybe your manufacturer recommends it, but I know Peugeot don't. So I can't say that for Toyota, especially this year engine. Um, so I am not a party to flush, engine oil flush. No, don't do that. Don't. So most times it ends up creating more problem for the engine. There are many ways of dealing with clogged engine. What do they call this type of oil sludge? Yeah, oil sludge. There are ways of dealing with that. There are some oil you could use. You don't need to use oil flush. All those oil flush additive to flush your engine. Even with the oil sludge, well, it depends. There are some that are so bad that you have to dismantle the engine to clean them off. But normally, if you put good oil, some oil act as detergent. And there are some oil you put, once it warms up, it will melt some of these things. What usually causes some of this oil sludge is when you don't drive your car hot, you just drive it 5 kilometers in park. You connect your fan to be spinning constantly, remove your thermostat. So all the time your engine is running very cold. That's not how it is going to. Why would you have oil sludge? Engine oil sludge. Yeah. So if your engine stays hotter more often, it will prevent the sludge or even help it to melt some of those ones that are trapped on the engine block, cylinder head cover, all those things. Get it hot, take it on the highway, drive it 1 hour, 2 hours. Trust me, there will be a difference. Depending on the oil quality that is in the engine, it will help. So I'm not saying that's the only way to get rid of sludge in your engine. That's how I started my own way rather than trying to dismantle the engine for that, depending on the station. But you say oil clogged. So anyway, I'm not a party to oil flush. Not saying I know that other people who are doing that don't know better than I do on that. Hey, maybe you do, but I don't engage in that because I don't trust it. But just specifically say do not, no matter what, do not flush your engine. Or that's do not use engine oil flush. Basically flush. What I do, I've done videos on that how many times. If I want to change engine oil in my car, so far Peugeot, what do? I drive the vehicle, get the oil temperature to come up to 70, 80 degrees Celsius, at least minimum of 70, let it warm up, stay very hot. You find out immediately you open that drain plug. Boom! And what I usually do, I first remove the filler cap, then open the drain plug. You'll be surprised. Almost everything on that engine that looks like fluid, as far as oil is concerned, will go out. Once they are hot, flushes everything out. It takes everything at least quite a number of percentage, more than the usual one when the engine is cold. That's how I know this is on average, when I do that, you realize that the engine is going to consume more oil. Now, as you're pouring oil, it will take more for the oil to come up to where I usually leave it in terms of gauging the oil. Compared to when the engine is cold, then I drain the oil. There are times when the engine is cold, I drain the oil, and not about a point, nothing will come out. By the time I try to fill up the oil, you realize that about 1 liter is still trapped inside the engine. And when I do this thing, even if it's like example 5 liter, it will consume the entire 5 liter, but it's still not even be enough. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm not a party to that. Hey, if it works for you, fine. I'm not an expert on Toyota, so I don't want to say that maybe that's how you should do it on Toyota, decide that engine model. Okay, yeah, the same subscriber also posted something. He said, these are nickel plugs. Why not upgrade to platinum or iridium? Nickels would last more than 2 years, platinum will last 4 to 5 years, and the iridium will last 7 to 10 years. I'm not sure I understand what you mean by platinum will last 4 to 5 years. All these things people are saying. That's not what Peugeot says about platinum. Now, first of all, to the spark plugs, which is we call it copper plugs. This is plug that I bought for a client, EW10J4S engine in stereo 7. So the OEM or recommended is actually the copper plug. So yeah, I know you can use platinum or iridium, but owner said he prefer you should get him a copper, the OEM, and which I also recommended. Even though the current one on the engine was also working at the time, but it was also copper plug, it was not OEM. So what I do know about Peugeot, they says, especially this their EW engine, the spark plugs must be replaced. Was it every 30,000 kilometers or 40,000 kilometers? I can't remember. But I don't think they specified the year. There was no year stated. They just say every so kilometer, 30,000 or 40,000, either one of these two, change this spark plug. And this is a copper plug. So platinum for the V6, they said, is it 80,000 or 100,000 kilometers? Something like between 80 to 100,000. I don't remember the exact. They didn't say 4 or 5 years. So I don't know where it come up. Okay, maybe that's how other brands like Japanese recommend. Say, I'm not saying you are wrong. I'm saying for Peugeot cars, what they give us is to the mileage. That's what they ask us to use to do the counting. So in that case, it could cover 100,000 kilometers within 2 years. In that case, possible. So if it's copper plug plus, maybe you can cover it within 6 months. Especially if you are using it for e-hailing like Uber, stuff like that. May not even last of it. So but that's why I'm saying it shouldn't, for me, for Peugeot cars, don't bother using the year. Yeah, because since Peugeot is using mileage, it means that mileage can be covered before I even get to that year you are mentioning. So in that case, the plugs are basically weak or dead. You keep using them because it hasn't gotten to 2 years, it hasn't gotten to 5 years. So yeah, I will tell you, platinum will last longer than those copper plus what you call nickels. If the owner prefers something that will last longer, why not? But the reason why he also went for like I recommended for him was this particular OEM for that EW engine is different from other EW engines. So I was wondering why. There could be there was not really much different, but why would they make it different from EW10J4, EW7J4, EW12J4? But for some reasons, for EW10J4, they gave it a different spark plug. from the rest of the EW engine. So I don't know why. Okay, so that's by the way, but I'm not saying you are wrong. I'm just saying for Peugeot, this how we will use it, and that's how I use it, and that's how I recommend. And that is mileage. That's what I use, irrespective of how many years covered. But I mean, there's nothing wrong, even if you've not covered the mileage and every 4 years decide to change it. New spark plug is new spark plug. It will matter what, it will only be better than used ones. So because once you start using spark plugs, the lifespan start to drop. It will be the more you use it, the less efficient the plugs will be. So new one will always be better. That's my point. You don't have to get to that mileage to change it. The recommended mileage, even if it's 1,000 kilometers you reach, you change it. It might still be the same, but with new one, but it's still new will still be better. That's how I say that. But I just, of course, it won't make sense to change spark plugs every 1,000 kilometer mileage. Okay, so moving on. The same AUO Motors says, hit me up. I will give you a free liquid moly engine oil to match your car specification. You can try it out. It's far superior to this. I don't have any problem with liquid moly oil. I recommend it. It's a good brand. They make quality oils, so it has a reputation. But last time I checked, um, they don't have the equivalent of the 5W40 in Nigeria. At least in Nigeria, the one they sell here, they don't have that alternative. Equivalent actually, not necessarily alternative. So what did I mean? The one that have Peugeot certification, which is PSA B712296. I don't care about oil, no matter how good it is, that it has what is it called? It has 5W40 fully synthetic on the container. I don't care. What I care is the certification, because that certification means Peugeot have certified it. It's the same that this will be good for this engine. So any other thing you are saying is irrelevant to me. Until I now becomes difficult to get those oil with certification, because as car gets older, these oils will be phased out. So you now have to work with alternatives now, no longer equivalent. So in that case, yeah, we could talk. But right now, the only oil I could say, for example, ES9A, ES9J4S, ES9J for, this V6 engine in Peugeot cars. They have good recommended, Lucomari has good recommended oil for these engines, which is 10W40. That's a Mulligen. Yeah, it's recommended. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, I think so. So why, yeah, but that is not 5W40. The Mulligen, if I'm not mistaken, is semi-synthetic. I don't think it's fully synthetic. But it doesn't matter whether it's full or semi, they are all recommended, so they still serve you. So I'm just saying, by oil grade. See, I've known this for years. So as I know, unless maybe they started bringing it in, but so far for years I've checked, they do not have 5W40 certified by Peugeot. So as liquid money is concerned, being sold here in Nigeria. I don't know where you are, maybe in Rwanda. So I'm not going to work with what is not recommended by Peugeot. For my engines, something that works for me, I won't go and mess it up because somebody's online said it's good, it's better than what has been working for me for years. None of my engine have issues till today. So why would I work with your own? I'm not saying you're not an expert on what you do. You could be, but hey, I'm not experimenting with my engines when I know so far it's working for me. Okay, so the last comment from this same AUO Motors, he said, I'm a huge fan of your professionalism. Okay, yeah. I think it's commenting on where I use liquid moly ATF, Top Tech, 1,200 to service an automatic gearbox, AL for the video I posted. Yeah, so yeah, that's the right way to do the oil change. So I follow it up and um, mm, let it go. So I'm going to end it here. So so that move on to the next comment.